Hello and welcome to another instructional video for the MiSTer FPGA system, this time on the Sega Saturn core. This is the README file, or where you can find the README file for the core on the official development website on GitHub. There really isn't much here in the README file, though, right now. That may change. So what I want to show you is it also does STV stuff. It's kind of split off into a separate core, but it's all in the same bundle. These are the ones that it doesn't support, so you will not get those. And under releases MRA, these are all the ones it does support. So these are the ones that you'll see. All these will come in under arcades. I'll show you that in just a moment. There is one that was listed that I found somewhere, and it's called Daejeon Sanjeon Sujeon. It's a Korean title. I'm not very familiar with it. There's not a lot of information on it, but that one does not work either. But it's not showing up in either list for some reason. But that's just what it is. So you don't have to do anything to get these STV games as long as you ran update all, which if you look in my other video, you can see how to do update all. I'll link that at the end. And so I'm going to show you that. I'm going to go switch over to the MiSTer and show you where that stuff is. And then I'll come back again here on the PC and show you how to copy the files over for the regular Sega Saturn CD stuff. Okay, over on the MiSTer now. Here's the console. And we're going to go down the Saturn just to show you. I'll load it up. And if I try to put a disk in, there's nothing in the Saturn directory. All right, so now let's go back to arcade and load up a game that we know that is in the system. Radiant Silvergun. You can see it's booting up with the arcade system style here, and not the Saturn, not the Sega Saturn. Although it is really just a Saturn in an arcade, but it's slightly modified. Okay, there we go. Insert some coins. I'm going to just show you real quick. There is an autosave. I'm not sure what that is value for being an arcade machine, but it is. And then I think if I come down here, is it here? I just want to show you. So it says STV. That's just a general. That's just a general MiSTer about. Yeah. We're just gonna wait a minute. I think if you just wait a minute or whatever, it'll start scrolling across the bottom. I just want to show you that because there it goes. It's gonna come. STV, see? So that we know it is an STV thing. All right, so let's go back into the game and start it up and just play a little bit. And you'll see that it is different than the regular Sega Saturn when I play that, because I'll play that for comparison. Hopefully the audio isn't too loud. I'm kind of a little bit actually. There. Yeah, okay. That's probably a little bit better, judging by the levels I've seen. So I'm just gonna fly through the game a little bit. Not go too far, just here showing you that. this is great. So that's the first half of stage. Well, one really. I don't know, like three. There. So that's that. I'm gonna go back over to the PC and show you copying over the games. Oh, before I do that, let me just real quick show you. This is where the IP information is. I was on that screen, I think, a little bit earlier, but this is where it is. You see 192.168.0.105. You come to this screen to check what your IP is, and then you can configure it on the other system, on your computer when you connect with, WinSCP or whatever you like to connect with. Okay, so we're on the PC now, and we need to copy the files over to the MiSTer. Start up my WinSCP here. Hostname 192.168.0.105. That's the IP address that I showed you earlier. Check yours. Make sure that you use the correct IP address for your system, your setup, your local area network. Username is root. Password is the number 1, just a single digit 1. And I'm going to log in here. And you want to be in Media, Fat Games, Saturn. That's where the Saturn games go. And I'm going to copy over these files here. And I want to tell you about these. These have, you have to put them in a folder that is the name of the game. And then inside there, see, I can open this up here. Inside there, these files all have to match exactly the name of the folder. You cannot zip them, otherwise it will not be able to see them for this core. So that's important. So make sure that you don't zip them, and they got to be in BinQ or CHD format. Either one of those should work. So I'm going to copy these over. It's like 7 games, and it'll take about 15 minutes or thereabouts. So I'll start the copying, and then I will cut to the end of the copy so that you don't have to sit through and watch the whole thing. This probably goes without saying since the name has to match, but only 1 game per folder. And there you have it. That's done. It was about 16 minutes total for those. So, an average is somewhere 2 to 3 minutes, somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes per game on that. The CHD files should be a little bit more compact, so they may be a little faster. I'd recommend those if you want to save space, and that they should work exactly the same. I don't think I have any here. Actually, I don't. I know I don't have any in this set here that I'll be testing with, but I can't remember if I actually tested with one or not. I think I did use some CHD files in at least one of the cores somewhere, and they seem to work good. So I'll check. I'll catch you on the MiSTer side. Okay, here we are back on the MiSTer side. As you can see, it's still in the Radiant Silvergun from the STV. So let's get our core in. And by the way, I've switched over to an 8BitDo M30 controller, which is a replica of the Sega Saturn controller, which is a little bit better for playing Sega Saturn games than the 8BitDo Pro 2 that I normally use with the MiSTer. It's just the way the button layout is. It's more appropriate because you got A, B, C, X, Y, Z versus you got 4 face buttons on the other one. And plus you got your left shoulder, right shoulder button, all that. All right, so let's try and get out of here. All right, console, Saturn. Here it loads up. I'm going to show you some of the settings. Region I've set to auto. I think it defaults to Japan, and autosave is defaulted to off. which will autosave games. So I will recommend you change that to auto and turn autosave on. I don't know why this is grayed out. Maybe because I don't have a game loaded. It'll autosave if it's a game that has saves, and you need to come into the menu to save it. That's all the cores are pretty much like that as far as this how the saving works. So if I hadn't mentioned that before, I think it's a little. I think it's some of the computer ones are a little different, but a lot of the console ones are just like this. So you always want to double check that and how it handles saves. See, there's the Saturn core down there at the bottom. All right, so let's put the disk in. Let's put Radiant Silvergun in. Just again comparisons. And you see it boots up quite differently. This is gonna be similar because similar game, but or same game, different but the same. No, insert the credits, and then it's kind of come up with the story here. It's a little different.
やはり来た。そんじゃま一丁やりますか。やっぱ戦うの。やってやるぜ、おやつのたたき。また行っちゃったよ。艦長、出るぜ。
I'm gonna go through this.
西暦2521年7月13日。あれから1年が経とうとしている。船のエネルギー、食料が底をつき始めたため、我々はいやおうなしに地上へ降りなければならなくなっている。この宇宙巡洋艦テトラが新型戦闘機3機を搭載しているとはいえ、今回の帰還が大きな賭けであることに違いはない。正面からの戦闘はできる限り避けねばならんのだが。
Similar but different. Get a much higher construction rate. I'm sure I will die very soon. So why you don't crash into it like I did last time. There. Crash into that bullet. So that's that. That works. Now I want to show you some other things just a little bit. See there, it was saving. That's when you come into this menu, it'll do the auto saves. So that's what you want to use that for. Okay. But when you go and if you change that auto save to on and reach into to none, you got to go over here and to save the settings. All right, now I'm going to insert this. I'm going to show you that this is a patched version, and it'll play patched versions too. This is, the original Symphony of the Night in the Japanese version, because it didn't come to the North America. I think it was only Japanese version, and you have to get the translated patch. So this is this has the English translation, only text only. And it's other than that, it's plain vanilla. I'll play audio cards so you can see the dialogues and the normal stuff. Otherwise you couldn't. And I'll skip this though. go up and fill up your heart if you want. You can go up there and do it. I'm not gonna mess with that. We're not gonna go very far.
滅びよ、ここはお前の住む世界ではない。
私は自らの力で蘇るのではない。欲深な人間どもによって蘇るのだ。力が唯一の正義なのだからな。
それはお前の勝手な言い草だ。人々は同じ信念のもとで求め合い、集い、そして歩んでいく。
だが現に人間どもは欲望によって発展し、信仰によって統率されてきたではないか。
人間は力だけでは統率できない。敬い、慈しむ心があるからこそ統率ができるのだ。
くだらん。どちらが正しいか、死をもって分からせてやる。
Okay, so there's that. Now I'll show you this one. This is the they call it like ultimate version because they've applied. There's a patch they've applied that sort of fixes the game and makes it less laggy and stuff because the Sega Saturn version came out first, and so it's actually more laggy than the PlayStation version. Not that the Saturn can't do it, but it just wasn't, it wasn't optimized. You notice that intro was slightly different there too. This one they call it Nocturne in the Moonlight. So it has some performance improvements, and they put in the English voices. Unfortunately, it's not the original English voices from the PlayStation version. It's the one from the later version, and I think they had to do that based on the dialogue being slightly different and whatnot with different characters. I did something of a playthrough on this of this version, so you can check that out on my channel if you're interested. And the graphics are a little different on this one. But the main thing is you can play patched games, that are modded or whatever, have neat, hacks or whatever, translation hacks, all that fun stuff. And that's really the point of it. Me showing. This part's all pretty much the same, and then just the dialogue is the English voice.
Dracula, die now and leave this world. You'll never belong here.
Oh, but this world invited me. Your own kind called me forth with praise and tribute.
Tribute? You're a thief. You steal men's souls, their freedom.
Freedom is always sacrificed to faith, good hunter. Or are you truly here by choice?
All I'm here for is you. To hell with your heresy! You're nothing but a blight on mankind.
Ha! Mankind! A cesspit of hatred and lies! Fight for them then, and die for their sins!
that's that. I'm gonna pause it there, just because we don't need to sit through that whole thing. This isn't a gameplay stream. It's just a demonstration purposes of this, and I've gone on long enough, I think. So hopefully this was helpful for you in setting up the Saturn. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Um, give you little tips on controllers and things like that. So yeah, I hope you like it. The best thing you can do for me, if you did like it, actually, is if you could, if this has helped you, just leave a comment saying it's helped, or if you have questions, leave some questions, and I'll, see if I can help out with that. Um, Beyond that, I hope this is good for you. If you want to like and subscribe, that's fine too, or just save the playlist, whatever. Um, and hope you enjoy it, and maybe I'll see you on another one of these videos. Take care.